What kind of person makes a great entrepreneur? Well, they must be comfortable with a pretty high level of risk. They're planners, but also adaptable and constantly responsive to new information. They have a thirst for knowledge and an open mind. Creativity, ambition, passion, persistence, and decisiveness. But more than anything, they have energy. Energy to pursue a solution to a problem. Energy to find a business model. Energy to hustle. Energy to succeed. Today, 10 energetic Tasmanian entrepreneurs pitch what they've been hatching over the past 12 weeks. Welcome to Digital Demo Day for the second 2021 cohort of the Enterprize Born Global Incubator, powered by Aurora Energy.
Enterprize Tasmania acknowledges the Tasmanian Aboriginal community as the traditional owners of the land on which we operate, and I pay respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I'm Casey Farrell, CEO of Enterprize. Welcome to Demo Day for the second cohort of the 2021 Born Global Incubator. Today, we celebrate the progress of 10 new startups and their energetic founders. They've completed our intensive Born Global Incubator, learning world's best practice lean startup development and testing their ideas in the market. In this cohort, we have medtech, fintech, food tech, tourism, and more. Yet again showcasing that not only does Tasmania have the creativity to find solutions to problems, we have the talent to turn those solutions into viable, scalable businesses. This is the first cohort of our partnership with Aurora Energy, and I thank the Aurora team for their commitment and expertise. Our startups have benefited greatly from Aurora's participation in the program. Before we introduce the founders, allow me to introduce Rebecca Cardos, CEO of Aurora Energy.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Cardos, CEO of your Tasmanian energy retailer, Aurora Energy. Tasmania is an extraordinary place, and all around our island we have Tasmanians doing special and innovative things. As a supporter of the founders of the innovative business ideas in Tasmania, Enterprise is a key part of our island's vibrant future. Aurora is so proud to have an ongoing relationship with Enterprise, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates of the second cohort of the 2021 Born Global Incubator. I wish all of the graduates the best as they grow their businesses, their ideas and their skills, and contribute to an innovative Tasmania. And as we look to the future, we can't wait to watch the next cohort of innovators emerge as Born Global 22 kicks off very soon. From all of us at Aurora Energy, well done and good luck.
Thank you, Rebecca. I look forward to working with you again in the next cohort of Born Global. If you're watching this stream on the Enterprise website, you'll have noticed that we've given you $50,000 virtual dollars to invest in the startups. You can do so by clicking the plus and minus buttons next to each team, which will adjust your investment in $1,000 increments. This is a bit of fun, a way to give some simple feedback to the teams on their performance today. Invest all in one team or spread it out a bit. You can change your investment choices right up to the end of the presentation. Now for the main event. I'll hand over to Amy Fogarty, Program Manager for Born Global, to introduce each of our graduating startups.
Introducing Edge Guides, here's Emily Edge.
Today, there's more caravanners, RVs and campers travelling through rural and regional Australia than ever before. Imagine you were one of those travellers, entering into a new place, trying to work out where you're able to park the RV and trying to discover what's on offer. You're scrolling through Facebook groups and Googling, getting more frustrated from not finding what you want. A recent survey highlighted the #1 problem for caravanners and campers is access to local information. Today's travel apps and websites don't provide the detailed local knowledge caravanners and campers require. Social networks, blogs and forums give information overload, have poor navigation, can be time consuming and have content that's often out of date. That's why I've created Edge Guides, an app-based pocket guide community that assists caravanners and campers journeying through rural Australia. We'll give up-to-date travel suggestions, practical information, and unique user-generated content that's missing from other platforms. Edge Guides will provide structured and detail-rich information validated by an engaged community of travellers and content sharers. Travellers will share their experiences and knowledge gained on the road, linking others to practical information and the best sights, sounds and tastes that each location has to offer. Travellers will be as connected as the locals, armed with information overlooked by other platforms. Edge Guides will provide intuitive app navigation to make searching for information and sharing experiences a breeze. Edge Guides is a freemium platform. The free version will give travellers access to the Edge Guides community. Premium will give access to unique Edge Guides content. The platform will also lend itself to advertising from local vendors in the form of traditional methods of views, clicks and sale conversions. There is a very exciting market potential for this app. In 2019 alone, the total caravanning and camping nights exceeded 60 million and 14 million trips for the first time, with this growth set to continue. Capturing as little as 10% of this market presents an enticing financial opportunity. If only half of our users are premium subscribers, this amounts to $4.2 million in revenue. From our extensive market testing, 15.7% of our targeted audience have already signed up to our platform, and we're just getting started. My name is Emily Edge, and I bring the 4 E's to Edge Guides: energy, enthusiasm, expertise, and Emily. Having grown up on a farm in a small community and caravanning and camping from a very young age, I have a deep connection to rural Australia. I want to share these special communities with others by drawing on my varied life experiences, from advising federal ministers to creating a successful travel podcast. I'm also supported by a data scientist, user experience designer, graphic designer who share my vision. Having validated this concept in the caravanning and camping community, I'm looking to hear from people who are interested in investing in this platform. Thank you.
Introducing Crisis Heroes, here's Mark Aitchison.
Let these statistics sink in. More than 100,000 Australians are homeless, and 1 in 4 live alone. 9 people die every day in our country by suicide. Place on top of this the pandemic and a spate of natural disasters, and individuals and charities are under more strain than ever before. But what if there was an online platform to see Australians support one another and connect them with charities? Enter Crisis Heroes, an online platform empowering everyday Aussies to get or give help. A location-based service web app, users can register, set their location and connect in minutes. People's appetite to help one another in an instantaneous manner is evident via the growth we've experienced over the past 2 years. They say a picture tells 1,000 words. Well, ours shows 18,000 users. We've been overwhelmed by the support and attention we've received regarding Crisis Heroes. As vain as it sounds, it shows that we're onto something good for the good of others. As Crisis Heroes grows, we've started to attract the eye of charities. We've discovered that these groups are looking not only for volunteers, but younger ones too. With 40% of our user base being in the 20 to 40 years age bracket, charities are eager to connect with a new generation of volunteers they haven't reached before. Our group's functionality is the solution to a charity searching for and recruiting new volunteers. It means a charity can register on Crisis Heroes just as an individual would and onboard them as new members. How do we know our group's functionality works? We piloted this last year with Living Works Australia, the country's largest suicide first aid trainer. They've recruited 165 new members. With more than 250,000 NFPs and charities in Australia and the likes of the Salvation Army, Lifeline and Mental Health First Aid Australia interested in working with us, we believe we're on the cusp of something big. Crisis Heroes will always be free for individuals. we plan to introduce a subscription-based model for charities to use Crisis Heroes and recruit new members. Crisis Heroes is Nick Hoban, Matt Platts, and myself, Mark Atchison. Nick, a lawyer and entrepreneur, has worked for the UN and organised large-scale startup tech events such as Slush in Finland with over 20,000 participants. Matt is a full-stack web developer with over 10 years' experience. He's built apps for Australian universities and won tech building awards for Crisis Heroes. And I'm Mark, a former journalist come marketer, and I'm responsible largely for Crisis Heroes' 18,000 users and media attention. To bolster the Crisis Heroes experience for individual users and groups, we're asking for $200,000 in pre-seed funding to develop a mobile app and invest in marketing. Part of this marketing budget will go towards recruiting groups and the other towards new users. For context, we've spent $0 on marketing so far, so we're excited to see where this investment takes us. Think back to slide 1. It's our mission to empower Aussies to support one another and connect with charities so we can eradicate loneliness, homelessness, and suicide in Australia.
Introducing Pathena, here's Bead Archer.
My schooling educated me on many topics, and I learnt basic practical information to assist in becoming independent once leaving home. But something extremely important was missing from my education: how to handle and invest money effectively. Money is the biggest driver of society, and people that lack the ability to control their money and their knowledge of how to save and invest always struggle. Just 24% of young adults can be considered financially independent by 22, compared to 32% in the same age in 1980. This clear decline screams that we need to boost these percentages and see people begin to be able to control their money and generate wealth. Being a young Australian male, I've experienced the pain of not knowing how to save and invest my money. This limits my ability to invest in things such as houses, further education, and other opportunities. This comes from a personal battle with money that millions of Australians also face, with the majority being forced to live pay to pay. Many are unable to financially survive for more than a month if they suddenly lost their job. I plan to plant the seeds into our children's minds of how to successfully handle their money. Everyone wants to see their children succeed in life and be able to do the things they love. My solution is Pathena Financial Coaching, which aims to provide world-class financial education to children in year groups 9 to 12 with state-of-the-art interactive web programs that will create relatable content around investment and handling money. Targeting students from age 15 to 18 while they're still at school provides them with the knowledge they need when they're starting to earn income, either during school or after graduating. The fundamentals of financial knowledge and saving will be provided by the best coaches through video content and interactive activities that will keep students engaged and focus on the key learnings from these professional investors and financial coaches. The current financial advisory and coaching market is quite flooded, but when it comes to teaching students at a younger age, it's relatively bare. Money Smart is the only recognised organisation providing information to younger generation in Australia. My customer is the parents of these students who want to see their kids develop their financial skills and provide them with a knowledge of investment and saving. We can provide that at a subscription rate without charging the direct learner. If Pathena gathered just 1% of students in this age bracket in Australia, that's $3.6 million in gross revenue in the first year. The target market is massive with huge upside potential. My name is Bead Archer. I come from a large business family where I've been educated on financial literacy, and I truly believe in this venture. I'm currently looking for business partners with experience in the financial industry who share my same passion and believe what I'm building with Pathena. Please email me if you'd like to join me. Thank you.
Introducing Food in Circle, here's Emily Shen.
We all love food. That's why, on average, we spend 40 minutes a day thinking about food. And in order to save time from cooking and shopping, most of us choose takeaways. But after typical business hours in regional cities like Hobart, well, there are not many food options available. And those are open can be expensive or unhealthy. On the other side, cafes and restaurants, they often close before selling their daily surplus. It's been reported 40% of their food stock end up in the bin. How can we solve all these problems together? Introducing Food in Circle, a website-based service which redirects daily supplies from food businesses to consumers that not only satisfies consumers' needs of getting meals after business hours with discounted price, but also increase their business revenues and reduce the food waste. Isn't cool to kill two birds using one stone? Well, the platform runs from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and currently there are no competitors in the market offer this overnight services with sustainability at heart. And for foodies, simply select and purchase meal on the website, either pick up or pay extra, delivered to your door. For food businesses, you simply register time before you close up and how much you would like to sell, and we will come to pick up. The market is huge. Since pandemic started, spending on takeaways almost doubled across Australia. So take students as example. They spend over $50 per week on takeaways, with 59,000 students in Hobart, which equals to nearly $3 million per week. This is student alone. Currently, our business model has 3 revenue streams. First, a commission on each order. Second, a small promotion fee from the business sellers. And lastly, the delivery fee. And our team has 4 talented members with various skills and experiences. I'm the founder, Emily. I bring expertise in media and advertising. And my co-founder, Shiraz. She specializes in art and design. And Bronze, she has working experience in accounting and hospitality industry. And Jess is our marketing expert. Today, we ask all foodies who want to get affordable meals after business hours and food business who want to increase their revenues. Let's all get registered on our email and you'll be the first one to try this amazing service and save our environment together.
Introducing Tatu, here's Annie Sakura.
Imagine that the person you love wants to paint a picture, go for a quick walk, or eat a meal at their favourite restaurant. Now imagine they're limited to do all these things because of their level of functioning. You see your allied health professional walk in, make an assessment, and they say, "I have something for you." You look at the tools they're presenting and it's one size fits all. Well, none really fit your loved one's issue. You all wish that there was a better way. Now imagine the relief of knowing that there's something out there that the allied health professional could link in with to tailor this tool so that your loved one can paint, can go for that quick walk, or eat at their favourite restaurant. The tool fits perfectly with your loved one's needs, looks great, and is able to be remade on demand. That something is Tatu. Tatu has the ability to store common customizable assistive devices digitally and manufacture on demand. All the healthcare provider needs to do is identify the tool, choose the parameters, and the part will be automatically designed, then made with the latest 3D printing technology. Tatu is already doing this with real-life clients, and soon it will take the form of an interactive web store where you can order custom parts and where our fabrication facility will do the rest. Right now, healthcare providers spend time and money developing custom products for their patients, or simply don't have the option to provide these solutions themselves. Tatu is a unique player in this space because we work with allied health professionals and the NDIS to free up their time that used to be spent figuring out how to make things. Our revenue comes from NDIS-funded clients who have dedicated budgets towards assistive aids. There is no shortage of work in this field. More time means more clients that can be helped. In Australia, the aged care sector alone is worth $26 billion, while globally, the sector is valued at over $833 billion. This market is enormous and it's growing. By 2027, there will be 2.4 million additional people in Australia over the age of 85. Tatu will grow through productivity gains and natural industry growth. At the same time, we are going to see a declining workforce ratio. There are simply less people to care for those who need it, and the efficiency must increase. Our systems minimise labour costs in a global industry that is ripe for change. The brains behind Tatu has over a decade of 3D printing and healthcare design experience. Our team have worked for established companies and startups in this space across Europe, the US, and the Asia Pacific, and know how to make this enterprise a reality. If you're an allied health provider who would benefit from this workflow, go to tattoo.com.au and sign up to be amongst the first to experience tattoo.
Introducing Evidentiary Dental Designs, here's Amy Holcomb.
The dental clinic. Who can say they've been to the dentist and been poked with a suction tube in the back of the mouth? I know I have, and it's not nice being responsible for doing it either. The range of HVE suction tubes available for dentistry are all rigid in design and open-ended tubes. So when aiming the straight suction tube into a patient's mouth, soft tissues are vacuumed in, making sudden high-pitched sounds, enough to give everyone heart palpitations. Aiming against the weight of the suction hose causes friction on the pipeline, and strain affects the dental assistant's wrist, causing pain. A constant side-leaning action is required for directing the rigid HV suction tubes, resulting in tension headaches and shoulder, back and neck pain for the dental assistant. I have designed a set focused on solving these industry problems. The Amy's HV suction tube set replaces the need to purchase not one, but 4 existing instruments. Rotation is more efficient, aimability endless, and still with the retraction ability of the original tube. The Amy's HV suction tube enhances the dental assistant's performance and technique abilities. Practices will be saving money. It costs around $480 per dentist per year for replacement HV suction hoses. The Amy's HV suction tube distributes the weight through the actual tube, so suction hose replacements just became outdated. Henry Schein is the industry leader for the distribution of dental and medical supplies. Their annual turnover is $9.98 billion US. With an already established client base of over 1.3 million and a presence in 32 different countries, these leaders will be our highest priority customers, among with the many more, stocking our products and ensuring dental practices can access the Amy's HV suction tubes along with their other stock requirements. Evidentiary Dental Designs are solving major industry issues and improving occupational health and safety standards for dental staff on a global scale. My name is Amy Holcomb, founder of Evidentiary Dental Designs and inventor of the Amy's HV suction tube set. As a third-generation dental assistant, I bring years of my own experience and industry knowledge to provide the dental industry with new advancements in technologies that will change their careers. I'm excited to extend this opportunity. I'm looking for business partners who see our vision and share an interest in starting a manufacturing company in Cambridge, Tasmania. Partners who will invest time and knowledge to help structure this high-growth potential business, intending to benefit the dental assistant, dentist and patient while working towards a more sustainable future. With an engineer on board and patent attorney for IP protection, I'm looking for my team of managers and investors to move forward in the process of having our machinery designed and products commercialised.
Introducing Remember Press, here's Christine Green.
Writing memoirs turned out to be much more than an excavation process. Surprising? Absolutely. My subjects suddenly feel motivated, validated and important. Baby boomers and Gen X are starting to realise they need to record family histories before loved ones pass. The aged care industry is huge and looking for feel-good products, especially now, to lift their clients and families. And there's more. Starting out in the publishing industry, I know the landscape. Self-publishing at the moment, though huge, is a complicated and expensive process. Remember Press is simple and affordable. It's an easy to understand self-publishing template which delivers both hard and soft copies to the writer, and QR code technology allows the story to be shared far and wide. The self-publishing industry alone is worth over $6 billion just in the American market, and we've discovered a simple-to-follow publishing tool can be used for far more than just memoirs. There are storytelling products on the market, but none offer the efficiency and cost-effective structure we've designed. To use Remember Press is just a small one-off fee, but optional add-ins including writing services, hosting fees, privacy opt-in and merchandise combine to give nice long tail income, and we're already talking with sponsors. The money's there. Our team boasts extensive international experience because we love the concept and can see the need. We've come together with sweat equity to get the product ready for market. We're already invested. I'm Christine, founder and CEO of Remember Press, with decades of experience as a writer and publisher. Sarah Owen, our lead designer, was a web team leader for the government and led teams in Europe in UI and branding, etc. Adam Nordenson, our lead developer, builds technology solutions for companies across the globe. Adrian Howard is front-end developer and with top experience in South America, Europe and Silicon Valley. Kelly Galazi is our marketing expert. We've also got editors in Europe and the USA. We're tackling a huge problem. We've got a feel-good origin, massive markets and a strong business model, and a feel-good business that gives back to charity. To take Remember Press to the next stage, we're looking for an investor to accelerate our drive to get this baby out to the world.
Introducing Emails Sorted, here's Andy Van Emmerich.
When I started work as a government engineer some 35 years ago, engineers did not type their own memos. That was done by the typists in the typing pool in hard copy. When emails were introduced, it was expected that there would be a dramatic improvement in productivity. And while there's certainly been a dramatic increase in the amount and timeliness of correspondence, the question of an improvement in productivity has yet to be fully understood. On the surface, one would think that a lot of emails meant that there is a lot of work being done. It's so easy to send an email and copy others in without thinking about the cost. Most people I've interviewed spend more than 3 hours per day on emails, so there is a big potential for improvement. Certainly, a lot of emails just get deleted. We are perfecting a productivity report to quantify your email usage and the potential productivity improvements. Most big organisations use Microsoft Outlook. However, Outlook does not produce productivity reports, except as an add-on where security is more easily compromised. Our report runs entirely within your organisation and holds the information for internal use only. Your internal IT people run the reports for you as often as you choose, and no one else can see the report results. The report answers productivity questions that you might consider, such as, how can you classify the emails in your organisation? How much time is spent on emails? Are the tools and the rules for organising emails being used? What are the characteristics of emails that bounce all round your organisation? There is no totally secure productivity report available to Microsoft Outlook users. Our offer. We are offering a purpose-built reporting tool. We have assembled a professional and multidisciplinary team to help you understand the complexity of email use and to suggest areas for productivity improvement. Our request. We are looking for a small number of customers who are prepared to test our minimum viable product. We have an early adopter discount price, including an IT team tailored to support the introduction of the reports in your organisation. Action. Visit the website, Emails Sorted, and contact us. We look forward to hearing from you.
Introducing QuickDraft, here's Danila Duplakian.
Designing a ship is a long process. A significant portion of this process is the drafting of a general arrangement and structural arrangement. But drafting these arrangements takes a lot of manual labour from skilled naval architects. Naval architects are required to spend several days and sometimes weeks to look through pages and pages of rules and regulations, interpret them, and then manually draft lines in a CAD package. Then, if there are any changes to the shape or function of the vessel, more time has to be spent to recheck rules and redraw arrangements. With modern advances in automation, the ship design process can be better. QuickDraft will aim to be a quick way to generate an initial arrangement and an initial general arrangement and structural arrangement, skipping those steps of the ship design process. It will take any given hull form and some key information about the vessel, then look up any rules and regulations that are applicable to the vessel, and generate a general arrangement and structural arrangement automatically. Because this process will be automatic, the hull form and key information of the vessel can be updated at will, allowing for quick and easy iteration. QuickDraft will allow skilled engineers to stop having to worry about menial CAD drafting and get back to solving meaningful engineering problems. Additionally, the design offices that use QuickDraft will be able to generate a better product faster, allowing for both saving on engineer salaries and profiting from faster development of a product. In the maritime design sector, there are already platforms that automate some of the work that we do, such as MaxSurf, allowing us to predict whether a hull form is stable and meets rules and regulations quickly, reliably, and automatically. The automatic design of general arrangements and structural arrangements is the next step of maritime design software which has not been fully explored. In Australia alone, the maritime industry invests approximately $43.5 million in developing new ship designs. However, globally, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Our goal will be to automate approximately 10% of the ship design process, giving massive savings to design offices that are generating these new designs. QuickDraft will aim to generate revenue in the same way that most other software in the maritime sector does, through a subscription-based license. This will allow us to earn a continuous stream of revenue while being able to develop the product and expand functionality to be able to capture global markets. My name is Danil Diplagan. I'm about to complete my studies of naval architecture while also working for a successful startup. As part of my studies, I've participated in many design projects, and my goal is to combine the experience of working in a startup and my university studies to create a better way to design ships. I have a strong understanding of the sector and of the product requirements for QuickDraft. I am looking for funding and co-founders to help me create QuickDraft.
Introducing Salvage Drink Co, here's Stuart Addison.
Food waste is a major problem. Over 30% of primary produce is either never picked or goes straight through to landfill. As you can see from this image here from the needles and strawberries disaster a few years back, where there was a huge loss of fruit, and with that loss of stunning aromatics, beautiful sweetness, and indeed the energy and the passion of the producers. Trashed. Trashed in what otherwise could have been saved and reduced to their most pure essence, presented in the most delightful of liquid forms. The French have a beautiful term for fruit spirits, eau de vie, or water of life. Due to our rather poetically backward liquor licensing laws, we can't call it that, but we can definitely make a strawberry-infused gin and a rose by any other names, was just as sweet. We know through utilising a slave underclass of bacteria and fungi, or anything that contains sugar and carbohydrates, can theoretically be fermented and distilled. Yes, that does include cabbage, and no, we won't be intending that one. We can make a killing out of not for human consumption. The spirits industry in Australia is worth $20 billion annually, yet only 10% of that is produced locally, and less than 30% of that 10% is the craft distilling industry. That industry has had a compound annual growth of 20% for the last 15 years and is projected to produce that or more over the next decade. We are on the very ground floor of this exploding industry. As to our competition to outsource all this underutilised produce, you can actually see it as a synergistic partner. Second Bite, for example, are doing an incredible job. But even they, through an abundance of caution, must dump. Yet, they could ring us tomorrow with a ton of croissants, and within a few short weeks, we could have a croissant whiskey aging disgracefully in barrel. Over the last 2 years, our friendly distillers have been working closely with industry to refine, to change, to tweak, to really come up with a bunch of recipes that we are so happy with. And we're now ready to go commercial. Within 2 short months, we're able to start sending bottles out. So where to begin with our gins and our vodkas, our blancos, and eventually our whiskies? Well, much like a Kickstarter, we're looking for 200 people to commit to just a bottle a month to get this ball rolling. And if you're a little bit too overexcited about this, we do have a few limited opportunities to invest for the right people. We have a logistics partner in play to cover all the distilling, the bottling, the warehousing and the aging. And it's all led by myself, Stuart Addison. I'm a sommelier, a bar owner, a caterer, and often a sober yachty as well. I certainly have a passion for the process as well as the product. So join us as we reharvest all those lost opportunities and turn them into the water of life. salvagedrinkco.com.au.
Congratulations to all the startup founders who pitched today. It's been fantastic to be part of your journey, and we can't wait to see where it takes you next. If you'd like to reach out to any or all the teams that pitched today, you'll find their contact details on the Enterprise website. Now it's time to make your final investment decisions. You have a few minutes left to make sure you're happy with where your 50K is going. Applications are now open for our next cohort of startup founders, ready to begin the Born Global Incubator in April. Check out our website, enterprise.space, for more information. If you're not quite ready for the incubator, we'll be opening registrations for the Big Ideas Challenge, our ideation and pre-incubator program, very soon. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for the announcement. Or if you're not a founder, get in touch to talk about our corporate training options, or to register your interest in becoming a mentor in our programs. Enterprise is funded by the Tasmanian Government, and the Born Global Incubator is supported by Aurora Energy. We're also supported by the City of Launceston, the City of Hobart, Startup Tasmania, and the Detached Cultural Organisation. A special thanks to Fraser at Spectral Media for working with us to pull together this amazing event. Thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you again soon.